So hello, it's nice to be here and once again welcome back to my channel. So today I will discuss about the India versus New Zealand, the first ODI of 2026, which was played between India and New Zealand on the date of 11 January of 2026. The first ODI was played between India and New Zealand on the cricket of, it means the cricket ground name was Vadodara Cricket Stadium, Gujarat, and we have already known that on that day of the first ODI between India and New Zealand, India beat New Zealand by 4 wickets on the date of 11 January 2026. So let's start from beginning. So on that day, the match was played between India and New Zealand on the date of 11 January of 2026 on the stadium of Vadodara Cricket Stadium, Gujarat. So the both captain came to the ground for the toss, and India won the toss and he decided to bowl first. So the both opener from New Zealand, Devon Conway and Henry Nichols, who opened the inning on that day. And on that day, Devon Conway had scored just 56 runs in 67 deliveries, and his sixes, it means he hit it 6-4 and 1 sixes in his batting. So his partner Henry Nichols, on that day Henry Nichols played a knock of 62 runs in just 69 deliveries, and he hit it 8 fours and null sixes. So let's begin and talk about the other batters like Daryl Mitchell, a dangerous middle order batter of New Zealand cricket team. On that day, Daryl Mitchell scored just 84 runs. A brilliant knock was played by Daryl Mitchell on that day versus India. So he scored 84 runs in just 71 deliveries, and he hit 5 fours and 3 sixes in his batting. So in his entire batting. So on that day versus India, so Will Young, on that day, Will Young had scored just 12 runs in 16 deliveries, and null sixes and null four were hit by Will Young on that day. So let's move ahead and talk about the other batters of Kiwis team. So the dangerous all-rounder of New Zealand cricket team, yes guys, I'm talking about Glenn Phillips, the Spider-Man as well as Superman of New Zealand cricket. On that day, Glenn Phillips had scored just 12 runs in just 19 deliveries, and he scored 1-4 and nil sixes. So on that day, the wicketkeeper batter of New Zealand cricket team, on that day, was scored just 18 runs in just 13 deliveries, and he hit 2 fours. And the captain of New Zealand cricket team, Michael Braswell, on that day Michael Braswell had scored just 16 runs in just 18 deliveries, and he hit just 1-4 and null sixes. So Fox had scored just 1 run, and Clark had scored 24 runs. A brilliant knock was played by the New Zealand batter. On that day he scored 3-4 but null sixes. So Kyle Jamieson had scored also 8 runs in just 8 deliveries, and he hit 1-4. So let's move ahead and talk about the bowling lineup of Team India on that day versus New Zealand. So Mohammad Siraj had taken had taken 2 crucial wickets of New Zealand batters, and his stats was on that day was in 8 overs Siraj was given 40 runs, and he's taken just 2 crucial wickets. So on that day Harshit Rana had also bowled well on that day versus New Zealand. So he had taken 2 crucial wickets, and his stats was on that day in 10 overs, Harshit Rana was given 65 runs, and he had taken 2 crucial wickets. Prasidh Krishna had also taken 2 crucial wickets, and Kuldeep Yadav had also taken 1 crucial wicket, and his stats was of Kuldeep, although the Kuldeep stats was on that day versus New Zealand was in 9 over. Kuldeep had taken 2 crucial wickets and he was given 52 runs. So, with the help of the both opener of New Zealand cricket team, Devon Conway and Grant Nichols, as well as Daryl Mitchell, as well as Clark, the New Zealand was given. It means the New Zealand had given 300 run on the board with the loss of 8 wicket in 50 over to Team India on that day of the 11th January of 2026. The first ODI was played between India and New Zealand on that day was. So let's move ahead and talk about the second inning of that match of 11th January of 2026. So the both opener of India, it means the Suman Gill as well as Rohit Sharma. On that day, Rohit Sharma had played a knock of 26 runs in just 29 deliveries, and he hit it 3 fours and 2 sixes in his batting. So his partner, it means the skipper of Indian cricket team, Suman Gill. On that day, Suman Gill had played a knock of 56 runs in just 71 deliveries, and he hit it the same as Rohit Sharma. It means he also hit it 3 fours and 2 sixes in his batting. So the backbone of cricket team. Yes guys, I'm talking about Virat Kohli, the dangerous batter of Team India at present time. He's known as the backbone of Indian cricket team as well as in present time. And we already know that he is 37-year-old at current time, but he is known as the backbone of cricket team. It means the Indian cricket team at present time from 2014. Yes, 2014. Since 2014, Virat Kohli was known as the backbone of Indian cricket team under the captaincy of MS Dhoni. So let's move ahead and talk about his run. It means let's talk about his score was played by Virat Kohli on that day. So on that day, Virat Kohli had played a knock of 93 run in just 91 deliveries, and he hit 1 4. He hit 1 6 and 8 fours in his batting, and with the help of 1 6 and 8 fours, he scored just 93 run in just 91 deliveries, and he was but unfortunately he got out on the score of 93 run on the ball of Cole Jamieson, and Michael Bracewell had taken his catch on the long on. So Virat Kohli was unluckiest on that day. He was unable to complete his century versus New Zealand on the first ODI of 2026. So let's move ahead and talk about the other batters. So Shreyas Iyer on that day, the dangerous batter of Team India, the middle order batter. Yes guys, I'm talking about Shreyas Iyer. On that day, Shreyas Iyer had played a knock of 49 runs in just 47 deliveries, and he hit 1 6 and 4 fours in his entire inning. So let's move ahead and talk about the batting lineup of all-rounder like Ravindra Jadeja. On that day, Ravindra Jadeja had played a knock of 4 runs in just 5 deliveries. So KL Rahul, on that day, KL Rahul played a knock of 29 runs in just 21 deliveries. And we had already know that on that day, KL Rahul had played a knock of, not a knock of 29 runs, but also he acted as a finisher on that day. With the help of KL Rahul, Team India led 1-0 in the first ODI match versus New Zealand. With the help of KL Rahul, we beat New Zealand and we led the series 1-0. And on that day, KL Rahul finishes off in style like MS Dhoni, and we have already know that KL Rahul is the wicket keeper of ODI team as well. So on that day, KL Rahul played a knock of just 29 run in just 21 deliveries, and he hit one crucial six and two fours in his entire inning on that day versus New Zealand. So let's talk about the batting. It means the batting of Harshit Rana. On that day, Harshit Rana had also played a knock of 29 run in just 23 deliveries, and he also hit one six and two crucial boundaries. So on that day, Washington Sundar had played a knock of 7 run in just 7 deliveries with the strike rate of 100. So with the help of Rohit, Suman Gill, Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, as well as Harshit Rana and KL Rahul, we chased down the score of 300, which had given by New Zealand on that day to us. So we had chased down the score of 300 in just 49 over with the loss of 6 wicket. So let's talk about the bowling lineup of New Zealand on that day versus India. So Kyle Jamieson had taken 4 crucial wickets, and his stats was on that day in 10 over. Kyle Jamieson had given just 41 runs, and he had taken just 4 wickets. A crucial wicket was taken by Kyle Jamieson on that day versus India. So Aditya Ashok had also taken 1 crucial wicket, and his stats was in 6 over. Aditya Ashok had given 55 runs, and he had taken just 1 wicket. And Clark had also taken 1 wicket, and he had given 73 runs in 10 over. So on that day, we beat New Zealand by 4 wickets in 49 over, and we chased down the score of 300 runs in just 49 over, 6 ball left, and Team India beat the New Zealand by 4 wickets on that day of the 11th January of 2026. The first ODI was played between India and New Zealand. So my discussion is over, and if you have any question related to cricket, then obviously you can ask from me. I'm still here for solve your query related to cricket. So if you have any question, then obviously you can ask from me. Okay, if you have no any question, okay, no worry. So bye bye and catch you later.